Good morning, everybody. Well, it's morning here in California anyway, so it's good morning. So today I want to talk a little bit about my Note 5, an update review to my last video. It's been a little over 3 weeks. It had been 3 weeks last Thursday, so it's a couple days over 3 weeks that I've had it. And I just want to give you a quick update on it. Excuse me. And see, was there anything I'm not liking about it after 3 weeks, or what's my feelings on it in 3 weeks of use, and some updates and stuff on a few things and stuff. So maybe this can help you decide if you want to get it or not. Or I also want to just let everybody know that when I do these reviews, everything that I say is my opinion. It's how I feel about it. You may disagree or agree with it, so I just want to throw that out there. I'm just going to breeze over a few little things. Like the design of the phone is something that in my last video I liked, and I still like it. I love the design of the phone. It's fantastic. It is slippery as can be, but I wear cases almost every day, so it doesn't matter. It's a beautiful looking phone. That's something that I still like. So like I said, I'm going to breeze over a few things. One thing that I am, over the 3 weeks, I am noticing that I'm liking more and more and more is the touch capacitive buttons. I actually don't have them lighting up at the moment. I have them turned off. I kind of like that. Just I don't necessarily need to see them. I know where they're at. But I like touch capacitive buttons over like the soft keys. I had the Nexus 6 last time. Something about touch capacitive keys I like. I had a few issues with the soft keys disappearing and things like that. That kind of annoyed me. These seem to be working fine all the time, but 6 months down the road, who knows, maybe they'll stop working. But I'm just something that I'm like realizing that I think I kind of like these a little bit better. I know it's kind of going backwards, but hey, it is what it is. I'm liking the fingerprint scanner, but I am finding out that would like it to be just a little bit faster, and I'm talking just a little bit faster and a little bit more accurate. Especially if you have any kind of moisture on your hand, it doesn't like that at all. But it's still working. I would say 99.9% of the times. A lot of times when I pull it out of my pocket, I'm doing something kind of weird with it, and it just won't open up, and then I have to okay, and it'll open up. But I do like it, and it is working. Like I said, I would like it to be a little bit faster and a little bit more accurate, and I'm sure that's stuff that can come in a software update. Excuse me. The other thing that I'm loving is this screen. The screen is just amazing. It's 3 weeks with this phone, and I'm still blown away by the screen. It's honestly the best screen I've ever had on a phone. That's kind of hard to say since the last phone was probably the best phone I've ever had, the Nexus 6. But I mean, the screen on this is just, I can't even describe it. It's just amazing. Like it'll blow you away. It's blown me away. Love everything about the screen. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so that's something that over the 3 weeks, I'm just like, every time I look at it, it's just like, oh man, the screen is so good. And out in the sun and how bright it can get is fantastic. The camera. Now, in my last video, which was only 4 days that I had the phone, I really couldn't talk a lot about the camera because I hadn't taken a lot of pictures. I've taken a lot of pictures since then, and the quality of the pictures are fantastic. They're exactly what you expect. I knew it when I got it. But what I'm finding out, honestly, what I'm really loving about the camera is when it's in your pocket, you pull it out. Done. I'm taking a picture. Take the picture. Turn it off. Put it back in your pocket. I mean, it's just like I do it all the time. I pull it out. I see something. I pull it out, double tap it, take a picture, put it back in, and it's just super quick. I'm loving that, and having great pictures come out of that is even better. I've never had a phone I can do that. Take it out, My Nexus 6, you dig it out, you do the whole swipe thing, if you got it working right, and then you take a picture. It just took a little longer, and the pictures weren't always 100%. Look at that, I got a smudge right on it. But this is just, I'm loving that, and like I said, getting great pictures. Also, another thing was the front-facing camera. Loving that. I mean, I've taken a few selfies with it with my wife, and in some fairly dim situations, and have come out looking really good. I did take one that I kind of wasn't happy with, and it was at nighttime, but I thought it would have worked a little bit better during that time. But I've taken more better ones, if that's not saying it right, with the front-facing ones than I have bad ones. So. Definitely an improvement from my last phone. Now I want to get into what I'm really enjoying, and that's TouchWiz. Like I said, last phone was Nexus 6. I've had about 4 or 5 Nexus phones in the past. I've had LG and Motorola and HTC, and I've had, besides Nexus devices, I've had Samsung's the most. I think they're about equal. And using stock for a year, I got bored with it. And I didn't do the rooting and the ROMs. I did that way, I think it was close to 6 years ago, when it was a lot harder to do. And I just, I won't get into that discussion, but I didn't want to do that stuff anymore. But I got kind of bored with it. I throw a launcher on there, and I'd use it for a couple days, and I don't know. It's kind of weird, especially when it comes to launchers. As much as I love them, I don't really use them that much. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you. But I got bored with it, and so being back on TouchWiz, it felt good. It felt nice, and this new slimmed down version of it is really nice. Like, I appreciate that. I've always liked Samsung TouchWiz on all the phones I've had way back in the Samsung Vibrant days. It's never treated me bad. I can't ever say I've had phones that have really had a lot of lag or anything. I'm sure back in the day the TouchWiz had some lag. I'm sure it did. I can't remember, but I don't ever remember hating it. So going back to it, I knew I was going to like it, and I love it. It's still maybe not the nicest looking, the weird kind of odd colors that they have here, but just let me go back. I like it. I'm glad that they slimmed it down and made it look a little bit better, run better. Took away a lot of the weirdness stuff that it had, but I'm really enjoying it, and all the little features that it brings to phones that stock doesn't really do, without having to download an app or root it or something like that. It's the little things, I think, that pull me in. To let you know, like I said, 3.5 weeks in or so, well, maybe not quite 3.5, close, 0 lag. Hesitations and stutterings, I can't say I've even seen any. Doesn't mean there wasn't something that kind of went, a little wonky, but I don't. So that's why I want to say I don't want to say there wasn't, but I can't really remember one. It's just as fluid and as fast as I would hope for it to be. And what I kind of realized last week, which was, 3 weeks into it, is just how fast it was. I mean, I'd sit there, and just opening up apps and going back out, and then how everything is. Why doesn't that one open up? Oh, well, I actually have to hit it. It's just super fast all the time. I mean, it's just doing this on screen while looking at this, camera is a little harder than I thought. But it's just, it does everything. It's just super fast. And then this whole menu right here, I've not had any forced closes. But I also don't play a lot of games or anything, and I don't go back and go back and go through excuse me, early morning, guys. I still need my coffee. But I haven't had any forced closes, because of that whole memory thing or something. But so I can go all the way back here, and things are opening up just fine. But I do clear this out a lot. If I ever use that, it's usually going back one or two because of whatever I'm doing. But man, I'm just like, it's just all day long, no hesitation. Kind of surprised at that, to be honest with you, but loving it. Also, what I'm really loving are themes. So I even opened up the theme store when I was on here. Let me show you all my themes. I'm like really kind of addicted to it. I did go back to the stock for this review because I think that's kind of important. Let's see, I think these are good ones. Now I do have 2 paid ones. I did buy that one yesterday. That was pretty cool. And I bought that one right there. I'm a big Star Wars fan, so I am absolutely loving themes. I'm actually going to install this one. I want to run this one today. I'll put probably a different background on it like I usually do, because I love finding a wallpaper, putting it on there, and then finding a theme to go with it. I think that's awesome. And I'm not running into any actually, you know what I did want to do one thing before. I wanted to go to another one. I wanted to show you guys. Let me see, this one was my first one. But I haven't run into any like battery drains because of them, or slowdowns or anything like that. Usually when I do that, I'll kind of let it settle down for a couple minutes just to let it think. But one thing that I'm really enjoying with these themes is that if you are somebody who don't like the way TouchWiz looks. Now, TouchWiz, they changed it a lot, and I think it changed a lot of people's minds. There's still a lot of people out there that just won't touch it. But if you're one of those people, I like it, I like the phone, I can deal with it, but you don't quite like the way you look, how it looks, you put one of these themes on there, and then, obviously, this is kind of an R2-D2 looking thing. Look, it changes those, so you don't have that weird, ugly kind of look to it. I don't want to get you on any kind of messages right there, but you can see how that changes. Kind of did that fine. I didn't want to show it off too much. Changes the dialer. Pretty sick. I don't know. And then your settings and stuff. It changes kind of a lot of stuff. And I mean, this to me right now just doesn't look like TouchWiz. And so I think that's a really, especially if you're into the whole material theme and something like that, you really put that on there, put like Nova Launcher because it'll work, and your phone's not going to look like TouchWiz. It's not even going to almost act like TouchWiz. It's still TouchWiz. So I think that's a really cool thing, and I'm loving it. When I saw that they did that, it was like I have to have a Samsung phone because they truly impressed me this year with their phones. And by the way, this has got one of the coolest lock screens. Look at that. That's just the cool lock screen right there. That's just awesome. So TouchWiz, I'm digging on it all day long. It is kicking butt. So, all right, okay, we'll get off of TouchWiz. I've been on it long enough. Battery life. Now, here's the thing with battery life. This is I'm going to be a little different on this one. Oops. I'm getting a message from my wife. Finding out when we're getting turkeys at work. I lost my train of thought there for a second. Battery life. So I did post. I got the phone on a Thursday. Friday, I posted my full day with it. I think I had 4 hours of screen time. Phone is off. Since it's work day, it was unplugged at 6. I usually go to bed about 10. I don't remember having a problem with battery that day. Over the weekend, Wi-Fi most of the time when I'm here at home. Good battery life. I think I was hitting around that 4 hours. I can't remember, but I think it was either Monday or Tuesday, and I went back to work. My work is kind of weird because we have Wi-Fi, but there's so many blocks on it that it'll work and it doesn't work, and it works and it doesn't work. So I go back to 4G a lot, which isn't super strong where I work. Maybe 3 bars, 2 bars, 3 bars. And my battery wasn't good, and I can't remember if it was a Monday or Tuesday that happened, but it was literally like 3:30, 4 o'clock, I'm at 15%. And that was like, no, that wasn't going to happen. That wasn't going to work. I don't know if I went another day like that or not, but I do remember doing a factory reset. I also did this whole clear the cache partition thing, and I did all that. Battery went back to normal, went up. It was good. So and so I think I average around, the way I use my phone, 2 hours 45 minutes on the low end to maybe 3.5. I did get close to 5. I think I had to go to bed. I was watching some videos, but I did get to 5 one day. But I was just watching videos and I was actually trying to drain down my battery a little bit. But so here it is for me. It's more important for me to take it off at 6 and have it go all day. And I mean, I know I've gotten 22 hours on the battery easy on this thing. It was about 11:30 or something like that, 12. That's more important to me than screen time. If I do all of that and I have an hour and a half or 2 hours of screen time, and I know throughout the day I used it when I needed to, could have been a busy day. If it's that low, if it's around that 3.5 toward the end of that day, I've used a little bit more. I'm perfectly happy with that. It's more important for me to get that off the charger range than it is that screen time. I don't need to have my phone on for 10 hours and get 8 hours of battery life or screen time. That's ridiculous. Because then you have no life and you're on your phone the whole day. But like I said, 3.5 hours to me is kind of normal use for me. I'll watch a few little YouTube videos, a lot of Google Plus, check out the theme store multiple times a day because I'm addicted. Wallpapers. It just kind of, I'm always picking it up. I go flip through it a little bit and put it back down. To me, that's good battery life. I just recently, I think it was Friday afternoon, as you can see, I don't have my battery percentage. I turned it off. Because I don't want to constantly look at it, because I was always all like, oh no, I dropped 2% and I barely touched my phone. Oh no, I'm not going to get great battery life. That's how I was. I didn't want to be like that anymore. So now I look at it, it's like I couldn't even tell you. Like yesterday, I went to bed at 10:30. I looked at it, I couldn't tell you what the percentage was. I couldn't tell you. I'm like, well, it's not yellow, so I know it's not 30% yet. And I took it off, and actually I think it was yellow because it said 23% at 10:30. But I used my phone too because I was curious, and it was at 23%. And I had 3.5 hours of screen time on it. Like, I wouldn't have guessed that at all. And the day before that, like, it was actually even a little bit better than that. Like, I didn't know. I said, I think it might be 50%. I don't know. So I'm just trying to go through my day without caring about battery life. If 5 or 6 o'clock I have to charge it, wow, then I'll charge it. I got chargers at work. But if I'm getting, if it needs to charge by that time, I better have, 5 hours of on-screen time or something on, which isn't the case. It'll easily make it all day for me. But I'm not afraid of playing a game knowing that's going to drain my battery very quickly. Watching a 30-minute video, that will drain your battery quickly. I'm not going to be afraid of that. Just enjoy your phone. I got chargers at home, chargers in my car, chargers all over the place. But like I said, it's more important that it makes it, 18, 19, 20 hours for me than anything else. And it can easily do that. So for me, the battery life on this is very good. It's exactly what I want it to be, and you shouldn't have a problem. One last thing is that obviously there's no removable battery or micro SD card. Again, said that back in my last video. I don't care. Everything is on the cloud for me. I don't do a lot of music. Google Play automatically is on the cloud. I'm getting great battery life. I'm chargers everywhere. I don't ever need a spare battery. To me, I can care less about that stuff. So overall, I loved this phone when I first got it. I did my first video. I love it even more now, 3.5 weeks into it. I didn't even talk about the S Pen. It is what it is. It does what it does. I use it every day. I love it. It's the main reason I got this phone. Love everything about it. So there you go. But there you go, guys. 3.5 weeks later, it's better than it was when I first got it. It just is cruising. Battery life is great. No lag, screen, camera, everything. It's honestly, if it had front-facing speakers, to me, it would be the perfect phone. It really would. I do miss front-facing speakers for my Nexus 6. But that's, one thing out of everything. So, guys, maybe this helped you. Hey, what's long-term with this phone? I might do another one of these in a couple months just to see, hey, am I getting lag? Am I getting things like that in a couple months? So if I am, I will do a video. If not, hey, I got no lag. So, guys, thanks for watching, and I'm knocking my camera all the way around. And this is a double thumbs up for me. I know it's kind of corny. Thumbs up, bud. Anyway, guys, have a good it's Sunday here. Have a great Sunday, and have a great holidays, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.